We have historic developments in the gold and silver markets and the precious metal mining stocks as well. We're going to cover all of that in this video, and we're going to talk about why Donald Trump, why we can now say is officially ushering in an absolute new era, a new decade for the precious metals. But the most important thing that we need to talk about is you. Thank you for joining me down here in the basement. Thanks for being part of this community. We love gold, we love silver, but most important, it's a big, big honor when you choose to be down here with me, right? We are friendly people and we are on an awesome journey together. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. You matter, your comments matter, everything matters. But let's talk about what's going on right now in the silver and gold markets. Let's run out to CNBC and get a quote on the current silver and gold situation. There's the general markets. We got some red in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but what we want to look at is gold, which in the futures market is up $41 per ounce, and silver up another 40 cents, $41.47 per ounce. Guys, look at this. Came out earlier today from our friend Chris Marcus at Arcadia Economics. He's got the Arcadia Economics Substack, but he says we now have a $42.28 as the new silver high of the last 14 years. We've not been this high in the silver market in 14 years. And you know that was a quick spike up. Let's go back to that chart. This is very important for those of you out there who don't realize this yet. Let me go back and we're going to pull up a silver chart. I want to point out something very important on this chart, which makes a big, big difference in where we are right now. Come on, computer. There we go. As opposed to what happened in 2011. So if we go to this rather simple, because we like to keep things simple here when we're in the basement, simple is good, chart of silver, you can see that back in 2010, 2011, these are quarterly closes. See how it goes from March of 2011, then skips back to December of 2010. We did on this chart, I'll draw on here for you, get up to $50 up into this range. However, what I want you to look at is the fact that from here to where we got, it was a real rocket ship, a spike straight up. The difference this time, and I like to draw this on this quarterly chart all the way back to probably early 2016 range, we had a nice, gradual, smooth increase. Now, if we do spike up, right, which a lot of us think could happen, we could have some, it's not going to be a straight line up. However, what's critical to see, again, is how nice and smooth this upswing is. What that means and why that's important is that during that process, there were some corrections, right? We were down here in the basement. We felt it, ups and downs, all in between, but that allowed the weak hands, the weaklings, the people who don't have strong conviction. And I'll ask you, do you have strong conviction for silver? But that allowed them to get out and be replaced by strong-handed people, people that believe in people that believe in $85 silver, like my friend, the Silver Bear there, who's blindfolded, and his blindfold will come off. Who knows how soon, but that will happen when silver hits $85 per ounce, just like we took the blindfold off the Gold Bear that said 2,500, and we were scoffed at by everybody saying, oh, gold will never get to 2,500. Well, it did. And now, like we just saw, gold's at 3,500. But again, guys, what that allowed is for people to come in to silver who believe with long-term conviction. There are other analysts out there talking about $300 silver, $400 silver. You know the whole story. But what we know today is that we are at a 15-year high, 14-year high. And we also know that when gold or silver did spike up during that 2011 timeframe, the last time it was higher than now, it was very brief. It was very quick. And what we're doing now is solid, brick by brick, building a solid silver brick foundation for us to move much, much higher. Now, this is crazy. Silver overtook Bitcoin in market cap. Yeah, check this out. Just saw this a few minutes ago. Part of the reason why I wanted to hop on here, and I like crypto. I love gold. I love silver. I love them all. But let's get the right screen up. Okay, Why is that? Oh, hold on a second here, guys. Here we go. Now we got the right screen up. This came from a guy named Chris Stein. Silver enters the Mag 7 of global assets. All right, check this out. At the very top, you've got gold. It might be hard for you to read it. Below that, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon. And number 7 now, just below, is our friend. I'll circle it so you can see it. Number 7, silver. All right. Will silver continue to march up this? Because all these companies, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, some people say that they are in a, yes, what did I just draw there? A bubble. And at some point, watch the screen, the bubble will pop. Pop. That's why we choose, hold on. Having some technical issues. We're live streaming. Hey, did I tell you thank you? Did I ask you to subscribe already? Please do subscribe. It helps the channel. We appreciate you. Big news in the gold mining sector, the gold mining stock. And this is big for 2 reasons. We're going to look at that right now. Let's go out, and it's going to have an impact on the price of the metals. Okay, we're back. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me right now. We're live streaming. You can watch me fumble and struggle. This came from Tavi Costa. Gold miners ETF just reached record levels in asset under management. Gold miners ETF reached record levels in assets under management, a strong signal of renewed interest in the sector. The reason why that's a big deal, there's 2 big things. Number 1, if you're invested in gold or silver mining stocks, likely, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but the party has just begun. But even more important, okay, it will bring more attention to the overall sector. Some people are just into stocks, but when they start looking at the gold and silver mining stocks, they'll also get interested in the physical metals themselves. It could become quite literally like a self-feeding frenzy. Let's read through this, though. Even though precious metals mining stocks have performed well over the past year, their performance relative to gold suggests we could still be early in the move. The gold miners to gold ratio is still nearly 60% below its 2011 highs. Guys, investing in gold and silver, but in particular, gold and silver mining stocks, and even more in particular, the development stage companies, has been like a ghost town for the last 10 years, right? We were like part of it. We used to refer to ourselves as the Navy SEALs of investing, right? Like an elite group of people. Now, everybody's trying to hop on the lifeboat. This is just beginning. This could be a very good sign for what's to come in the future. Here we go. Let's pull up this chart. And there you can see it right here, right? Record levels right now in the gold GDX ETF assets under management. A very good sign. Don't forget, we're going to talk about Trump too later on in this video and why he is ushering in what will be a historic period of time for anyone who's in the precious metal sector. Next up, I've been talking about this guy a lot lately because I view him as like the leading analyst right now in the gold and silver sector, Jesse Colombo. But he talked about something yesterday, which is, again, very optimistic for the gold price and the silver price. I think a couple days ago, Jesse was talking about silver when the cup and handle breaks out, if it does, right, going to $300. But he talked about something very interesting that's happening in the gold market, critical to the potential continued rally in the gold price. We're going to get to that next. I talked about the gold mining stocks a second ago. I want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mining Gold. They're a development stage gold mining company in Canada. They have 2 massive multi-million ounce projects, Spring Pole in Ontario and Duparquet in Quebec. Okay, they're working through the development stage. That means they define the gold in the ground. But it's critical to remember that gold is in the ground in Canada. It's a stock I've owned for years before they sponsored my channel. Okay. The other real interesting thing about First Mining Gold and where they're positioned is that the big gold miners, they've kind of ignored exploration and development. Not kind of, they did over the last decade because they were in a very difficult environment. So there's very few development stage projects. Those big companies, those big miners are going to need to replace their projects going forward. And it could be a situation where First Mining Gold is kind of in the catbird seat. They've got a couple huge projects, but those projects are also in a very favorable jurisdiction, which is Canada. You can learn more about the company at firstmininggold.com, and you can even send an email to their investor relations guru, Paul Morris, Paul at firstmininggold.com. Let's go take a look at what Jesse pointed out that happened yesterday in the sorry, I got a spam phone call coming through on my phone there. That's the Bubble report. This is his Substack. Go up there. Gold and silver officially confirm their breakouts. And what he points out, as I'm sharing the wrong screen, sorry about that, guys. There's the Bubble report with Jesse. Hopefully that's going to come up here soon. Yes, there we go. Let's go down here. What he's pointing out, this is a gold futures chart, okay, and this is on the free section of his Substack. But what he points out, right? Well, first we'll look at this, the triangle, all right, which the gold price broke out of. Let me erase that so you can see it. Okay, look at the blue lines. That's the triangle. The price was compressed. The gold price broke out. As we know, it's even doing more today. And wait till you hear about silver here in a second. And we're going to talk about Trump. But what's critical is this down here. We had the spike in volume. And there was some concern because the volume had been lower on some of those earlier days. But those were days leading up to the Labor Day holiday here in the United States. So again, another very solid, very good sign for the gold price. Now, remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Time for my quick disclaimer. I can't predict the future. All I'm talking about is what I see and other analysts see out there. I believe that we're in for much, much higher prices in the precious metals. I don't know what you believe, but please, whatever you do with any investing, whether it be stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, whatever, don't do anything based on what I say down here in my basement. Even though I've been right for the last couple of years, I'm only right about 66.4% of the time. What else is happening here? Let's talk about the Trump situation. Before we do that, I do want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mint. Okay, there's First Mint's Las Vegas round coin. First Mint right here, right above my right shoulder, is a mint in Las Vegas, Nevada. What makes them unique is that they are owned by First Majestic Silver. That's Keith Neumeyer's giant silver mining company. So First Majestic Silver mines the silver in Mexico, ships it to the United States, to Las Vegas, to the First Mint, where it's transformed into world-class silver bullion products. They have all unique products, silver rounds, silver bars. It's a great company. It's a company you can trust, right? Headed up by Keith Neumeyer, but great prices, great selection, free shipping, over $199. And don't tell anybody, but there's a discount code that you can use, VIPRB. Think VIP Ron's Basement. Thank you, First Mint. Thank you, First Mining Gold, for sponsoring my basement. Hey, guys, look, let me show you this chart real quick, and we're going to talk about Trump and what's going on and why and then we're going to talk about crazy silver data. Got that too. Sorry. But this was a chart that's been going around, very popular out there in the social media circles. Ray Dalio sees the future. He warned something worse than a recession is coming, but he pulls up, gold prices are soaring while the US dollar index is collapsing. Take a look at this chart. This is incredible. This shows the percentage change in the US dollar index in the first half of the year since 1986. So all those little gray lines all represent 1 year from 1986 up till now. And you can see the dollar's been all over the place. Some years it was positive, okay? Some years it was negative, but that red line represents the current year. The dollar has been collapsing. Now, why does that matter? That matters in from a big picture. Let's talk briefly about big picture here, and then we're going to look at some crazy silver data. But from a big picture perspective, Donald Trump, the current administration in Washington, is up a creek without a paddle. $37 trillion in debt. Trump is going to liquidate. He's going to open the liquidity floodgates. We already know that's what he wants to do. We know publicly the attacks that have gone on our old friend Jerome Powell at the Federal Reserve. We know that gold and silver can see that coming. We know this about Donald Trump as well. He has a history over his 80 years of life in the business world of loving debt, of loving easy money. That's what's going to happen. We've got things going on in the crypto world now with the U.S. debt as well, with the USDC. I just want to make it, I can officially say at this point, okay, that Donald Trump's administration is going to be even more positive for the precious metals prices as we move forward. I don't just blame him, and this is not a political statement, not a political show. You can look at Democrats, Republicans. You can go all the way back to 1971 when Richard Nixon really started this whole thing by taking the United States off the gold standard. But now everything's come to a head, and Donald Trump is an agent of change. Donald Trump is no stranger to drama and big change, big events, okay? Just take a look at his life. And we are now living through what I think could be one of the most volatile periods of time when it comes to monetary policy, fiscal policy. But to wrap it all up, and the big takeaway from it all, no matter how you slice it or dice it, the liquidity floodgates are going to be open, and it is going to be a very favorable time to be invested in the precious metals. Possibly some other assets as well. Let's go take a look at let's end here with some crazy data about silver. This is unbelievable, guys. I don't look at this every single day. However, our friend The Dude on X pointed out yesterday that the paper silver market traded 675 million paper ounces yesterday. And again, we know it was a big up day for the silver price. So there's two big reasons why we want to look at this data. Number one, the fact that it was a big up day and that it happened on big volume confirms the move, adds some solidity to the move that we've had in silver. But also, guys, just think about that. Look at that number. 675 million paper ounces traded yesterday on the make-believe electronic paper silver exchanges. That is approaching what the entire silver mining sector produces in 1 year. I don't know, what is it, 70%, 65%, 75%? It's absolutely crazy how decoupled the paper silver market is from the physical market. We know in China, right, in the East, where the new pricing mechanisms are coming into place, that oh, thank you, Susie. Upstairs, Susie. I'll ring the gong here in a second. But we know that in the physical markets in China, the silver price is always much higher. What is that telling us? What is it telling us that in one day, the paper market in the United States and London can trade the amount of silver? It's getting pretty darn close to what the entire mining sector produces in a year. What does it mean? And then I'll ring the gong, okay? But what does it mean, right? This is so critical. Here's a beautiful 1 ounce silver coin from our sponsor, First Mint. But what can we say for sure about this, about silver? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's blah, blah. We can say one thing for sure, that today, right now, as you and I are together down here in the basement, and please don't forget, subscribe to the channel. But today, right now, as we're in the basement, there's less of this on the face of the earth than there was yesterday. Think about that. Okay, we have a silver deficit. There's less of this on the face of the earth than there was yesterday, because this is precious and it's one of the most useful metals in the world. But not only is there less of this on the face of the earth today than there was yesterday, that's just not happened today. That's happened every single day for the last, 4-5 years that we've been running a silver deficit. If you're not feeling warm and fuzzy about silver right now, I can't help you any further. But I do appreciate you joining me down here in the basement today. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. I lost the, that was a pre-ring. What is this thing called that you hit a gong with? I'm going to hit the gong. We got 100 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Okay, hold on. The golden gong. Hey, it's working. It's bringing us luck. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of this community. Thanks for believing in the metals. Thanks for understanding, putting the work in to realize, right, that the fiat money system, look, I love the country. You love the country, all that great stuff, right? We are real, true patriots. We are aligned with the founding fathers of the United States, right? They are giving us a big thumbs up. Okay, things can change. Things can get better in the future. We're going to be here. I'll be here for you on a regular basis. Most important, have a great day. Take care of yourself, and I will see you. Yes, you matter. I'll see you soon.